Okay, let's dive into this. We all love to celebrate India's badminton superstars, right? But today, we're going to talk about a part of the game where, let's be honest, we are consistently falling short. We're going to unpack why the real problem isn't happening on the big international stage, but right here at home, in our own local academies.
Just look at these numbers. 21-7, 21-4. I mean, wow, this was a real score from the Korea Open. How on earth does a defeat this crushing happen to a national team at an elite international tournament? Seriously, a score like that makes you stop and ask some pretty tough questions.
And look, this wasn't just a one-off, Not just a bad day at the office. A scoreline like that is a huge red flag. It's a symptom of a much, much deeper problem we've had for years. Our mixed and women's doubles pairs, they've really been struggling to keep up with the best in the world. So what's really going on here?
Well, the thing is, the real problem, it isn't actually about what happens on the court. It's not about that final score. It's all about the first number, the number of people who even sign up to play in the first place. You see, the root cause of these international losses, you can find it right in the entry lists of our own state-level tournaments back home.
Okay, now this is where it gets absolutely wild. Just look at this disparity. At a typical state tournament, you might see 500 entries for men's singles. 500! But then you look over at women's and mixed doubles, and you're lucky if you even get 16 pairs. 16! That's not a talent pool, it's a tidy puddle. I mean, how are we ever going to find a world champion when only a handful of people are even giving it a shot?
And here's what that actually means in practice. For those 500-plus guys in men's singles, they have to fight through 4, 5, sometimes even 6 rounds of qualification just to make it to the main draw. It's a brutal grind. But for women's and mixed doubles, with only 16 pairs, they often just walk straight into the main event, no qualification needed. That right there tells you everything you need to know about the complete lack of competitive depth. The competition isn't even there from the get-go.
So the big question is, why? Why are the numbers so ridiculously low? Well, it all boils down to one thing, a deep-seated mindset problem. It's this cultural issue that's affecting the 3 most important groups at the grassroots level: the academies, the parents, and yeah, the players themselves. You hear this all the time from academies. Oh, we don't really focus on doubles. It's not a real category. Can you believe that? Coaches are pouring all their time, energy, and money into singles and treating doubles, especially women's and mixed, like it's just an afterthought. It's not even seen as a serious career path, so of course, no one's being encouraged to pursue it. And then you've got the parents. A lot of them are hesitant, especially with mixed doubles. You'll hear things like, "No, my daughter can't play with a boy." And look, this isn't about blaming them. It's really just a lack of awareness. They see badminton as a solo sport, all about individual glory. The whole idea of a partnership, particularly a mixed-gender one on court, it's an unfamiliar hurdle for them.
And finally, let's talk about the players. When pairs do get formed, what happens? All too often, a culture of blame just takes over. A lost point becomes, it's your fault we lost, you can't even smash. Instead of building teamwork and figuring out strategy, these potential partnerships just fall apart over arguments and finger-pointing. The bottom line is, we're simply not teaching our kids how to be teammates.
Okay, so it sounds pretty bleak, right? But it's absolutely not hopeless. The solution actually lies with those exact same 3 groups. If parents, players, and coaches can just shift their perspective, even a little, they have the power to completely transform the future of Indian doubles. So if you're a parent, this is for you. It really starts with getting educated. Learn about all the different categories in badminton. Encourage your kid to just try doubles. Show up, support them, be there for their practice. We need to shift the focus away from just individual glory. You guys can be the biggest enablers of this entire change. Seriously.
And for the players out there, listen up. This is about being really honest with yourself. Take a hard look at your game. What are your strengths? Are you a powerhouse smasher? Do you have a brilliant tactical mind for teamwork? Maybe, just maybe, your true potential isn't in the crowded singles lane. Be brave enough to talk to your coach about it. Think about a different path. Don't just follow the crowd because everyone else is. But you know who has the biggest responsibility in all of this? The coaches. They're the ones on the ground, the ones who can spot potential that no one else sees. They need to be actively creating pairs, nurturing them, and pushing them to compete in local tournaments. They have to be the ones to finally change the culture in the academies and send a crystal clear message. Doubles matters here. It's a priority.
So, if we can actually do all this, what does the future start to look like? Well, it's a really clear, logical path that begins with one simple goal. Just get more people to play. From that single starting point, a real winning culture can finally be built from the ground up.
Just look at this pipeline. It's basically simple math, right? If we can get tournament entries to jump from a measly 16 to something like 250 plus, what happens? Suddenly, we've created a national pool of over 100 really strong pairs. And out of that pool, you're going to find 10 or so elite pairs. And from that elite group, you will absolutely find those 2 or 3 world-beating pairs who can take on anyone. It all starts at the bottom.
This slide really just sums up the whole thing, the before and after. Right now, we have maybe 10 decent national pairs. And that gives us what? 1, maybe 2 pairs that can hang on the international stage. The goal is to multiply that by 10. With a deep pool of over 100 national pairs, we can build a system that churns out 10 plus internationally competitive teams year after year.
So here's the crucial takeaway from all of this. The key to our international success isn't some secret advanced training for our top players. It's not about that. It's about something much simpler. It's about getting hundreds, literally hundreds more kids to just pick up a racket, find a partner, and decide to play doubles together. That's it. That's the secret.
Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one question, doesn't it? Don't we all want to see an Indian pair beat the world number 1? Don't we want to see them standing on that podium with a gold medal? Of course we do. And now we know where that journey truly begins. It's not in the finals of some huge international event. It starts with a simple entry list at a local state tournament.